Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Here we have Arthur as a special guest today. He's not used to being live, so as you can see, he's looking for his peanut butter bone here that I've got all loaded up for him. He can smell it. It's behind the computer screen. He's Black Puppy, so he's hard to see. Let's do that. Do you see you on there? Is that you? He's a baby. Aww. Yes, this is Mr. Arthur. Everything has been going great as can be expected with a puppy. The first night we had him, though, he did sleep through the night, which I never would have guessed. But he's so lovely and lovable and well behaved. He's looking at himself on the screen. He is so fun. He's very smart. He's already learned a few commands. Of course, with food, that takes time to learn them without the food. But he knows how to work for those treats. Yes, he does. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. He went to his first baseball game last night, first of many, at least until the season's over this year. And then we'll pick back up next year. His little collar keeps showing my address. I don't think I need that, like, out there in public. I'm sure if anyone was desperate enough to find me, they'd be able to find me. But yes, this is Mr. Arthur. And oh, yep, he spots his bone back there. Can smell it at least. You see you? Is that you? Yeah, he's a big boy. Actually, he's going to get a lot smaller than we initially thought because he's 16. Well, I guess he was born January 31st is their date that they had on his paperwork for his birthday. So I think he's just now 16, or maybe this is the end of the 16th week going into 17 weeks old. And a dog is usually about half the size they're going to be as an adult around that time, around 4 months. So he's about halfway there, and he's pretty small. So not that I'm sad about that. Judy, my other dog, Walter that just passed away, he was a 100-pound boy at his height of glory, and lost a little bit of weight there at the end, just wasn't eating as much and all that. So, but Judy, I think at her heaviest was about 60 pounds. It's estimated he's going to be about 40 pounds. So he's going to be a little lighter. I mean, who knows? He might grow even more. Not all dogs are exactly the same and gonna do all that. But yes, oh yeah, you smell your bone, don't you? You're messing up my cards. But we just wanted to say hi to everybody with Arthur. He's gonna be sitting nicely in his little crate over here. He's so good in the crate. We only have him in there when we're eating and when we need to kind of get things going. And of course, when he's sleeping, he's in there. And if we have to leave the house, which we've only left him for about 45 minutes, just one time yesterday when I had to go pick up some lunch with a friend. So yeah, he's very well behaved. He doesn't sit there and bark in the crate. Though if he does see or hear a dog, he will bark and bark and bark. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get that under control. But that's normal for a baby. He's just figuring out the world. He's such a good boy. Yes, he's so fun. He's so playful. He's a good boy. As long as we're keeping up with keeping him, where he needs to be. He will use the bathroom outside, which is a bonus. But he's a baby, so we're still working on that. Yes, we are. So, yeah, he's ready for his bone, I think. Oh, he's a love. He's such a love. He's so lovable. My dog, Judy, had her moments. Yes, you're so sweet. She had her moments of being lovable. Walter, I guess, had his moments, but he was probably of the two kind of more, hey, if I'm just chilling, just leave me alone. He didn't mind pets, but when he was ready to sleep, he's like, leave me alone. But he's a lovable guy. I love a lovable puppy. So we are going to get him his little bone and put him right here next to me in his crate to enjoy his bone. So hopefully, if you just missed him, if you're just coming in and didn't really see him, you can check out the replay of the beginning. So how is everybody? I didn't anticipate that I would actually be live today, and my hair, we just went out in the rain to, let the puppy go to the bathroom and get some energy out before we have him sitting here for the next hour or so. So yeah, I'm not looking my very best, but you guys don't care, right? I don't really care either. I'm here And that's what matters because I wasn't even sure I'd be able to be live. I have to actually leave a little earlier than normal, and that's why we're having this an hour even earlier than normal today, just because I have Wrigley's. They're going to a farm, like a vegetable and whatever else farm today, to do a tour and look around and learn things about farming, I guess, or planting things. So we're gonna go do that, and I'm one of the volunteers. So that's about, I don't know, 2 hours of fun. But by the time I get there, load the bus, it'll be like a 3 hour long deal. So I wasn't even sure I was gonna be able to do the live stream today, but it's not until noon that I have to leave on the bus. But around 11:30, I need to be there and just ready to go. And I need to eat some lunch first because I won't be able to eat again until after school. So had to plan my day accordingly. But I hope you're all doing well. Cheyenne has already donated. And yes, just because we're going to be around an hour or so today, or less, depending how many donations we get. Yeah, I figured we would just do a few spots so that I'm not crunched for time or feeling stressed out that I want to get everybody their reading and we're running out of time. So 5 spots only. Although if people do donate for a 1-card read, I'll take 2 1-card reads as 1 spot if that's what we're going to do. But yeah, let's do a free collective reading for everybody who's here. And I'll do a quick shout out for those that I see in the chat, which is, let's see, I know Cheyenne was here at least earlier. I'm going to timestamp hers though, because she's got things going on. Oh, no worries about the difference there. That's cool, Cheyenne. Yes, I will definitely timestamp. And hello, Jessica Lynn. Hello, Lupo's Lithomancy. Hello, Lou. And I think Lupo's Lithomancy is actually going to be going live, possibly. I don't know. I don't know that I checked. Let me know if you want me to pass my audience over to you. He might be doing half price reads again today. You just never know what tricks he's got up his sleeve. Let me know. And of course, if you have a link, feel free to share the link to the live stream so people know where to go when this one is over. Hello, hello. All right, so while he's chomping on his little peanut butter bone over there, we are going to do a collective reading. And we do have, let's see, 4 days from now, I think, is the full moon. And a lot of people are already feeling the energy shifts, the energy pulls with that full moon. We've got, let's see, the 17th. So that's what, 18 days away? 17th of June, we have Saturn going retrograde. But you're already kind of feeling the pull of the stationary movement. Saturn slowing down that forward momentum to then start to move backwards. So it's kind of at a stationary point right now, just kind of standing still. So the things you might have had planned and were really working on might have come to a halt, I would say, over the last 2 weeks. And I can totally attest to this in my life, that the things that I was all gung-ho about and ready to do, just other things just pulled my energy, pulled my attention. And Saturn is that kind of, day in, day out, hardworking life force kind of energy. I mean, yeah, Mars is a very motivational planet as well. But with Saturn, that is that longevity to keep going, to keep plodding forward. Even if you're not seeing results, you keep putting in the effort, putting in the work. So when Saturn goes stationary to then turn retrograde, we can start to feel like some of the efforts, or, we want to put forth the effort, but, circumstances don't let us put forth the effort. But I would like to, check donations. That will be awesome. I will do that. So far I don't see anything, but, I trust you. So yeah, if PayPal's doing what it always does and messing up, we'll figure it out. So yeah, if you're feeling like, I really want to get started on this project, or meet up with this friend, or, close out this cycle, or whatever it is that you've got going on personally, and it's just not happening, you might, I just saw it pop up. We're good. If you just feel like, it's just not happening for me, it just could be, Mercury did go direct on the 14th, but it does take a few weeks to really get going again. And now that Saturn has slowed way down and is now stationary, we might feel that pullback of retrograde-ness again. Not so much, I guess, with the communication, but if something you're working toward involves communication, you can feel kind of a halt or a stasis or a pullback with that. That being said, though, when Saturn goes retrograde, it's retrograde a lot of the time. So you can get a lot of great ideas and still put forth a great amount of effort and have things, happening for you, even then, even when, it's retrograde. But I always find personally for me, when it's stationary, that's when I have the most trouble just getting something going. So yeah, let's see what we've got going on. So we do have 3 spots left. 4 donations today is all. Yeah, so let's get our collective reading going. Ooh, the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Water. I love to see it with everything else going on. So this is fulfillment. So even if things aren't just plodding forward, you're making progress on something, you're still feeling pretty, okay, yeah, you gotta go. We're turning off the notifications on the phone. Yeah, you're feeling pretty fulfilled no matter what you've got going on. So, if things are kind of feeling derailed or like they're not moving forward at the pace you would like, you're just kind of going with the flow and realizing, maybe divine timing really is at play here. Maybe my spirit knows better than me, and things are just lining up just right. And I think for me personally, just saying that, I'm getting like downloads of information for myself. A secret project, which I kind of a little bit spilled the beans on for you guys with Pinterest, doing Pinterest live streams. I've been like, oh my gosh, I just need to get this done. I have the main part of it filmed. I just need some like B-roll stuff to put like my pitch video together. And I want to set a significant amount of time aside to just do it and do it right. But that being said, even if I got approved like tomorrow or the next day, I probably won't be able to even go live until, I don't know, a few weeks from now anyway. So I don't know. I kind of see it as maybe divine timing is at play. But I'm definitely needing to get that going. Like I have this major like excitement to get that going and to see where that takes me, if anywhere, hopefully somewhere. But let's see what we got going on for the rest of us as well. Ooh, the 2 of Water, 2 of Cups. So there might be some fulfillment. Oh, he's really going to town with his bone over there. And the bottom of the crate is like a plastic. I do have a towel down, but he's laying on the towel and has moved it. So sorry for the noise. If you hear scratching noises, that's what's going on. Yeah, significant fulfillment with a soulmate. That doesn't have to technically be your romantic connection, although it can be for those of you that do have that. This can be your children, your friends, your family, your friends that feel like family, acquaintances. You're just feeling the love. You're just feeling more emotionally connected to those around you. And that being said, with certain cycles closing out, the 10 does indicate that new beginning, but a lot of times before that new beginning can really take place, there can be endings going on. So if you're ending a significant relationship, there could be a bit of emotional imbalance to then get to that more emotional balance. And it almost feels like a continuation with these kind of stars with the dark curtain, kind of the curtain. Well, it's not a curtain. It's like a tree, right? A tree limb kind of leading up into it's a very cool how these kind of go together. I love that. All right, what else do we need to know, those of us watching now and on the replay? Cheyenne's here. Awesome. We're going to be starting with you, my friend. 5 of Air. Okay, so yes, this is about the grief possibly of the loss of a connection, or just the not close. You're just not feeling as close to someone possibly that you once felt close to. And it's interesting because the 5 of Swords actually came out, 5 of Air, 5 of Swords, came out in my dream last night. And I was dreaming about like these old college friends, old college connections, and acquaintances as well. And just kind of coming to terms with the fact that, okay, that part of my life is over. I mean, it's been long over, since 2008. That's a very long time ago that I finished my 3rd degree. So yeah, it's been a while. But just coming to terms in my dream state that certain, connections, though I still may reach out to them or whatever, it's just not going to be as significant or strong as it once was because, we live all over now, or, people are just busy. They've got their own lives going on, that kind of thing. So sometimes with the it's more like a 5 of Pentacles energy of grieving for what's lost, or 5 of Cups, I should say, not 5 of Pentacles, but also kind of a 5 of Pentacles vibe of feeling left out. But really the 5s really do deal with conflict, confrontation, all of this. But there's a closing out of cycles of this conflict and confrontation, the loss, the death of something or someone possibly in the past, not right now or in the future. This is past energy we're closing cycles out of to move into more emotional fulfillment. Okay, so what else do we need to know? Feels like there's a significant change coming for work or with work for somebody. Protect your boundaries. And that could just be you standing up for yourself or charging what you're worth, something like this, where you're setting some very significant boundaries in a work situation, whether you work for yourself or someone else, setting boundaries and communicating those boundaries very clearly, letting people know where you stand is going to really take you the distance, especially now that Mercury is direct. You have that aid of Mercury actually helping you rather than hindering you. And then we have the number 39 there, which adds up to 12, which adds up to 3, which is about finding creative solutions to issues, problems, blocks of communication, any kind of confrontation, conflict going on. But setting your boundaries by working together. It's very Three of Pentacles energy as well. Speaking of butterflies, I just saw the butterflies on the back of this deck, but we also have cultivate peace, coming to peace, coming to terms with something. And there's one of those little cheeseburger birds. I think they're called, oh my gosh, I just had the name of it. Chickadee, black-capped chickadee. That's the name of this little guy. And when they whistle, it's like that. It almost sounds like cheeseburger. My kids call them cheeseburger birds. But they're very fun, very calming kind of energy with these birds. And I love the peace message. What I was getting to, and the number 36, reminding, closing out of cycle. Our friend Norin the butterfly actually did pass away on Sunday. I know it was very sad. He was like using the bottom of the thing as like a trampoline. He was like almost like what reminded me like a seizure or, fits and starts. Like he was just really flapping for all he was worth, and I was like, this is so weird, what's going on? And then his legs were all like curled up. Oh, I just dropped the card. His legs were all curled up under him, and his little proboscis, whatever it's called, the little thing they used to drink, was kind of curling in and out. I'm like, oh no, I think he's dying. And he did pass away a few minutes after that. So he came, he saw, he conquered, and then he left. Poor guy. It was sad. My kids were sad. It was a sad thing, but he came here to spread his love and his message, and he did what he needed to do. If you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about, at the beginning of last Friday's live stream, I introduced this deformed, and I found out what kind he was. He's this kind right here, and they call it oh my gosh, I just had it, swallowtail tiger something. Oh my gosh, I will Google it. I want to get it right. Because it's not a monarch, it's a tiger something butterfly, I think. Tiger swallowtail, yeah. There he is. That's what he would have looked like if he was not, deformed, and one wing was all folded over, one wing didn't even develop or unfurl or whatever. Part of another wing was like torn off. So yeah, especially this part, you didn't really see much of the blue and orange. It was just like this part was folded over and the bottom parts were all ripped off. Poor little guy. But yeah, so he passed away. But yeah, that's what we've got going on, is we're cultivating peace, coming to terms, closing out a cycle, coming to peace with something, and setting very firm boundaries, especially like Cheyenne. I did see your question just for briefly about your friend and the end, or, kind of possible dissolution of that connection. I think this is just very fitting to your situation specifically, but anyone else that is really struggling with another connection, whether it's a friend, a family member, whether you're completely dissolving the connection or just, making peace with something, agreeing to disagree with something, it's going to be different for each of you, but yeah. So that's that. Let's just get one more. On the back of the deck, looking at me, is letting go with emotional release. And we do have all this emotional energy here with the cups, the water. So this could be just coming to terms, letting go. And as a result of the letting go, you will find that emotional contentment, fulfillment with yourself first and foremost, but also with another or a different connection. Okay, so it's almost like clearing one connection will make room for something much better suited to you and your current energy and where you're going. All right, what else do we need to know? Those of us watching now and the replay, I think both of these need to come out. Oh, we have dreaming. Be aware of your dreams with the number 11. Maybe very cyclical in nature here. So especially if you're having recurring dreams or cyclical dreams where you feel like it's same or different night, same dream kind of thing. Oh yeah, you hear the neighbor, don't you? I'm gonna lock that up. He heard the neighbor dog's collar jingling, so he knew he was out. He's kind of a very funny little bark. But we can't bark the whole time. You behaved so well, little guy. Okay, no more of that. You're good. You're good. He's just looking at me like, I heard a dog. I gotta bark about it. But yeah, that number 11 might be significant as well. But 11 Hey, no. But there might be interruptions in you being able to close something out because, everything's a sign, right, you guys? And then we have passion, burning with life's passion. And I love this combination of dreaming and passion. Don't sell yourself short on your dreams, on your passions, on your desires. Even if you're getting interrupted or there's delay, especially with Saturn, going stationary to then turn to retrograde, I should say, very soon. This is about us coming to terms, closing out certain cycles, allowing that new energy to come in, and then utilizing that new energy to really set the stage for something new and beautiful. And also with that passion card, we got the number 26. So that also might be relevant. It adds up to an 8. So it's about taking action on your passion. Yes. Yes, kings. Yes, queens. All right. Arthur has settled down. He's closing his little eyes. He might take a little nap. I did exercise him pretty good. Made sure he got to the bathroom. So I think he's going to be fine for the next little bit while we dive into our collective. Nope. Personal readings. We already did the collective. Yes. I don't know. Before we close out the collective, I do think I want to pull one of these Soul Tree cards. Soul Tree messages. Okay, what do we need to know? This one flipped. Okay, we have adapt. Yes, we adapted to the circumstances. We may have had to take a brief pause to get the dog calmed down because of the other dog triggering him to bark, but we did it. Adapting to the energy that's currently available and still planning for future when you might have more time, passion, energy, devotion that you can put toward a project, a friend, a relationship, a job, just cleaning up your act in one way or another. But just adapting to, it is what it is, but not settling in that fatalistic kind of surrender, but just surrendering to what is, having plans for what could be, and then starting to make actions or waves toward what could be. And yeah, that's what I see for us. All right. I'm loving that so far. All right, Cheyenne is next. Pick up all the cards I just dropped. Make sure they're in the right. Hair attached there. Hair everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to update my list before we dive into Cheyenne's question. But I do believe we only have 2 donations thus far, so I think we're good to just update our list as is. So we have 3 spots remaining before I do have to leave. So Lupo's Lithomancy has claimed a spot. Okay. Copy that and paste into my chat box. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to take a quick drink of my water. Okay. Find my email here for Cheyenne's question. My best friend completely turned the situation onto me 2 days ago and ended our friendship for good. I said I'm fine with her decision and gave my opinion on her mom's behavior and blocked her number before she could reply as she kept typing. I'm wondering, would she ever vandalize my car or do anything because I didn't chase her and beg for her friendship? I'm trying to heal, but it does hurt, even though it's for the best. Thank you always. Absolutely. Well, I would say first and foremost, the more we worry about something or think something might happen, we can sometimes actually manifest it into being. So I would say it would be best. Oh, we do have an ad coming in 24 seconds. But I would say it would be best to maybe do some sort of protection. The best stone that I have found to deter any accidents, vandalism, or anything with my own personal vehicle is malachite. I keep a chunk. I mean, it's a huge chunk that I got at the Crystal Gem Show. Oh, here comes an ad. If you're taken away, forgive me. I'll pause my thought for a second there in case anyone gets swept away. But anywho, I've had that malachite in my car since I got my car. Probably 2 weeks after I got my car, I'm like, ooh, malachite, I know that's good for like protecting against and warding off negative energy. And of course, I want to protect myself from any kind of negative energy when I'm always traveling, whether it's short distance up to the school to get my kids, or if it's a long distance trip. People keying your car, knocking their door into your car when they open their car door, if they park too close. I haven't had any of that. And there's some tight fit squeezing little parking spots up at the school sometimes when people don't park correctly. So And kids just open the doors willy-nilly a lot of the times, and thankfully, I haven't had any scratches, dings, dents, accidents since I've had that malachite in, but of course, I programmed it and I charged it with my intention. And if you have an intention, especially against the mother and this ex-best friend, I would say, maybe even really including some sort of protection or bubble around your personal property and yourself, regarding this person, especially if she is that spiteful, vindictive, retaliatory type of person seeking that retaliation. Um, I would say better safe than sorry with something like that. So of course, la la la, love and lighting it away isn't going to work 100%. You got to be diligent and proactive with setting very clear boundaries and intentions. I think that might go back to that collective reading we did, Cheyenne. I think it fits pretty well with what you've got going on here. Just setting very clear boundaries. Okay, we've ended the friendship, then you have no access to my car, my home, my sister, my family, me, any communication, contact, for negative or positive. I don't want it. I don't want it at all. But of course, if she is sending you negative energy by thinking negative thoughts about you or what have you, do the reverse breathing technique and transmute that energy into something usable. And after a while, her sending a lot of negativity towards you, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, whatever it is, you alchemizing and transmuting that energy and saying, okay, bring it on, bring it on. Not so much with like vandalism, but like her just thinking negative thoughts. She will realize that that's actually making her really tired and stop doing it. Hello, Rita. Welcome. You're new here. Well, welcome, welcome. We're on a kind of short leash today, no pun intended. I did introduce my new puppy, Arthur. He's sleeping or kind of resting down here in his crate while we do our live stream, and I have somewhere to be for my son's field trip for school. So, yeah, it's good to have you here. But fear not, because you can keep the party going by heading over to Lupo's lithomancy. I just need to call you Taryn. I just got Dr. Lupo on the brain. Taryn and Steph with AKA Lupo's Lithomancy. Head over and hang out with them when we are done here. But let's get into Cheyenne's cards. We kind of did the preemptive introduction of how to protect yourself. Now let's see what the cards have to say about all that and then some. Yeah, there's definitely the end of this friendship. But I like to see this energy, this death energy, with her retaliation or possible retaliation. Because with the Seven of Wands, this is feeling the need to defend yourself. And then the Seven of Earth is having a bit of patience. And it's very interesting. We've got this girl. It's almost like she's searching for this little bunny thing. But the very first thought I had when I looked at that was like voodoo doll. So to me, not that she's got a physical, actual voodoo doll and is trying to cast spells. I don't see it that way. Again, I just see this more as her thinking negative thoughts or talking crap about you to her mom or whoever will listen. Let her run her mouth. That's on her. Because usually when people are, talking crap about someone else, it actually reflects a lot worse on them, that they're the type of, wow, that's how you treat your best friend of X amount of years, just because she didn't do exactly what you wanted her to. It says a heck of a lot more about her than it ever will say about you. And even if people don't pick it up on a conscious level, they'll kind of see it on a subconscious level of, wow, I don't think I want to get close to this person, because what if something happens if she talks that way about me? No thanks, no thanks. Hello, Alessa. Welcome, welcome. So it's almost like have a bit of patience as this transition happens. I don't feel that you need to defend yourself any more than just protecting your personal space, your car, your energy in whatever way that feels good to you. Doing your due diligence there. I don't feel that you have to go around town to everybody that's a mutual friend or people you both know and try to say your side of the story. If things get back to you or if someone says something, feel free to tell them the truth if you feel so inclined. But for the most part, I see the death energy of you having to defend yourself to her specifically, like a one-on-one contact with her or her mom. I don't see you having to do that anymore because you've blocked her. You've done everything you need to do. Doesn't mean, I guess, that she won't try to contact you through other people or some other means if she has another means to get to you. But for the most part, I see that there's a closing out of cycles of you feeling the need to constantly defend yourself in that friendship, which it seems to me for at least the last few years, you've always tried to prove yourself or, really almost over explain yourself for why certain things are, and her being real passive aggressive with things. So I really do see a major ending of this, that very soon, with a bit of patience, you'll move on, she'll move on. It'll be much better because you'll make room or space in your life for someone who's actually going to support you, love you, be a cheerleader for you, instead of someone who's always competing with you. Well, let's just see anything else Cheyenne needs to know. We have love who you are. So don't allow this dissolution of this friendship to make you feel bad, or the woulda, shoulda, couldas. I know we all get that. Even someone very toxic like this girl sounds and her mother sound, there still are those good memories and those times you really did feel that deep connection. And of course, the past life connection is there as well. So there's probably multitudes of lifetimes you've had together where things maybe were better than they were in this lifetime and other past lifetimes. That all being said, it's okay to keep and hold on and hold dear to those really good memories. But remembering the bad memories sometimes can keep things in perspective for us. But I think after a while, and especially after you really feel like you're coming into your own and you don't need her as a friend to get anywhere in life, you will then start to attract in a friend that really is going to have your back the way you always have your friends back. And you won't really think about her as much. Maybe once in a while you'll think of her, and it'll start to be neutral after a while. It won't be very triggering, which is always good to hear. Let's just see anything else Cheyenne needs to know about the end of this friendship and the possibility that this friend might retaliate in some way against her car or personal property. Okay, so we have 3 coming out. So we have the elegant eagle with clarity, inspiration, and insight. So anything she has planned, it's almost like you're getting a download or kind of a gut feeling that you need to do this to counteract it, to make it so it doesn't happen at all. I need to I said to Vicky, I need to keep the bad in mind so I don't dwell on what was good. Yeah. And it's about finding that nice balance. I know. We got some great people here at Lupo's Lithomancy. I love it. We've got such an amazing positive, not like that fake positive, but like true, genuine positivity here in the community. I love it. We also have strategy, integrity, and sensibility. So this is you being true to yourself and strategizing the best way to protect yourself, your property, your family from her negativity, whether that's just her thinking these things or actually telling people around, things that probably aren't even true, because that's what a lot of these people do, especially if they feel that they've lost control. They might make up stories, which we have no control over. But then we have the beautiful butterfly with renewal, transformation, and adaptability. And we did get that adapt card. I think that was in the soul trees. Yeah, for our collective. So I think the collective message is an extension for you, Cheyenne, of this reading for you. I think you made most of that reading so that you could benefit from that information. But yeah, this is a brilliant harbinger of change. Release me from my own dark chrysalis. And it's very interesting how the message even of Norman the butterfly, the tiger swallowtail butterfly, he wasn't perfect, but he was strong and mighty. And, the end of that cycle, closing out that cycle, the transformation that's taking place, just in your own personal life with this friendship, you're actually going to really come into your own, possibly by pulling back your energy for a while to really kind of get, a balance of, who am I without this person in my life? What does this mean for me, et cetera, to be able to move forward and really tune into you. But I think for the most part, any retaliation she's got planned, it's more just in her own mind. Like she might be thinking, oh, I could do this to her. That'll really get her. Or I might do this, but I don't see her actually moving forward and doing anything. Especially if you live in a decently local place where your car is parked that, there's a lot of neighbors around and stuff like that. To me, it feels like, she's more scared to retaliate because there's just too many witnesses or, potential for someone to have like a Ring doorbell camera or something like this. I think it's more in her own fantasy land in her head that she's retaliating and just sending negative thoughts. And it's not that she's sending these negative thoughts to you. She's just thinking negative things and not realizing that energy might reach you. But again, you can utilize that energy, and she's going to learn the more she thinks about you negatively, the worse it impacts her life, and she's gonna just stop doing it eventually. A lot of us play with cards too, but Amanda's really good. Oh, thank you. That's sweet. You were separated for 7 years and she only returned last year. Couldn't even last 14 months, right? And I think that's just letting you know that, okay, we gave it the good old college try, and it's just not working this time. So let's just end it for good and just go our separate ways. Um, I'm sure you're going to do it in a much more respectable, mature way than she is, but for the most part, I don't see anything too catastrophic happening because of this. She'll get over it eventually, and you'll move on, I think, as well. So yeah, someone is usually home or nearby. Yeah, that's funny how I got the download. Yeah, you're just trust your gut, because anything she does have planned in any capacity, it's almost like you're going to sense it beforehand, and you're going to be good. So let's see. We have Lupo's Lithomancy next. I do believe that's my only other donation. So yeah, we'll probably be wrapping up around, well, probably before the hour is up here. So let's head over to, or maybe he didn't put the question in the PayPal. I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. Go ahead and post your question, Taryn, and we'll get right into it for you. And we still have 3 spots remaining if anyone feels so inclined to get themselves a reading today. And of course, those of you looking for some fun over on Lupo's Lithomancy, you're going to have to check out Lupo's Lithomancy. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if he did say he's going live today or not. Especially if it's going to be right after my live stream. I can pass you guys over there if he is going to be going live. I'm unsure if that's the case. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. Oh, you haven't done a reading in months. You've been busy and not feeling my energy. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes we just get immersed in the more, I guess, 3D elements of life. And, there's nothing wrong with that from time to time, that we really are just focused on the present moment. I see nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But if we're feeling off in our own energy, sometimes it can just be difficult to feel much of anything going forward, questions about moving. We're trying to figure out if the area we were thinking about is right. Also, what the time frame will be. Yeah, let's find out. Well, we've got our handy dandy coin, so let's just see if the exact area you're thinking of is going to be correct. And of course, we'll pull cards to see if if we get a no or whatever, if there's things you can do to help that, if you're really set on one area or whatever. All right, what do we got? All right, I had a feeling it was a no. Not to say that you're not going to be able to move to the exact area, but I think it's going to be very surrounding area of where you're thinking. So you're not too far off the mark. Have we seen the home yet? That's what I think the answer to. I don't think you have. That's what I think is. I think it's going to be in a very close to the area you're looking. It's just this one either isn't on the market yet, or timing hasn't lined up that you've seen this place yet. That's really what I'm seeing. But let's get some clarification on the place you will end up, because is this in the same area? Because I do see it very close to where you're thinking. Page of Fire, it's a big yes. Yeah, it's going to be around the area, or you're going to find something in the area you're craving to be. That's what I see. It's just maybe not a place or a property or a home that you've already looked at. Either this place isn't on the market yet, or it was on the market and got pulled and it's going to be relisted, something like this. Or maybe you just hear about it before it hits the market, word of mouth. It could be something like this. There's multiple timelines still available for how this is going to transpire. But whatever's meant for you, nothing could take it away. That's any home that you're wanting to purchase, any car you're wanting to purchase, any relationship you're hoping to get into. If it's truly meant for you and the timing is correct, nothing could keep you away. That also being said, there might be a place that's correct for you, but the timing is just off. So, you might end up with the place you want, but it's going to be, years down the road or something like that. I don't really see that in your case. I see this more as you haven't quite seen the place you're going to end up yet. But what else does Taryn need to know about purchasing this next place for moving? Okay, this one flipped. Ooh, 9 of Cups. It's going to feel like a wish fulfillment. Look at that. Yeah, you're going to feel very fulfilled in the place you end up. Even if it kind of feels like you had your heart set on a place and that falls through, or someone else gets it, or, maybe it's just a little out of your price range or whatever it is, wherever it is you do end up purchasing, you're going to see why you were directed in that way, rather than ending up where you thought you were going to be exactly something slightly different. But you're going to see like, wow, I'm so glad this is actually what happened instead, because we got this going on. We got that going on. This is awesome. Yeah. Hello, Michelle Lynn. Yeah, awesome. Well, we will get you on the list, and you're going to be right after this reading. We're cooking right through today. Yes, we introduced Arthur at the beginning. He was raring and ready to go get his peanut butter bone, which was hiding behind my laptop here. So we put him down in his crate. He's currently snoring. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear that. It's very quiet. He's the lightest sleeper of a dog I've ever seen in my life. I just roll over. I'm a tosser and a turner. No matter what bed I'm in, I toss and turn pretty much all night, no matter what. I blame my Mars and Saturn in the 12th house. I never have gotten like a full night's sleep. Maybe a handful of times in my life if I slept completely through the night without moving at all. And they were usually when I was very young. But anyway, yeah. So he's sleeping right now. If he wakes up when we're finished, I'll reintroduce him to those that missed him. But those that did miss him, if we don't see him again, you can check the beginning of the live stream. We literally start out with his little face right there. You want to get in. Oh, he's awake now. Light sleeper. You woke yourself up, didn't you? I don't know if you guys heard him bark. He's so sweet. Yeah, you just relax. When we're all done with the readings, we'll get you out of there again. Okay? Sounds good. Let's just see if you're gonna be able to get in before fall. Actually, we'll do the coin. Flipping a coin. Yeah, you're good. All right, we got to know again. I think it might be into fall rather than before fall. That's what I see, but let's see the timing aspect. Definitely going to be before winter. We'll put it that way. You'll be into something. And it just could be that the place you're going to buy, maybe you're having to rent or you're kind of staying somewhere that is not your forever place before fall, if that makes sense. But yeah, I do see you being able to buy a place. It's just not a place on your radar yet. Let's just see what they're going to be getting into before fall. Okay, so 7 of water. This to me feels like a very 8 of cups. So I don't know if you're going to possibly be spending the fall in a different state or a different place than you are thinking right now. Like plans might change, plans might shift. But ultimately, it's almost like whatever's in your highest good is really what's going to transpire here. And, the King of Air, King of Swords usually feels very in control of their situation, their communication, feeling good about where they are mentally. And a lot of times when we feel good mentally, that can translate to feeling decent physically. If we're in a good mental state or space, that usually can translate to feeling decent in a physical way as well. So to me, you might end up this fall in a place you weren't expecting to, but again, it's all coming together for pretty good wish fulfillment going on here. So whether that looks like you just wanting to wait out this crazy housing market, and I don't know if where you're purchasing is a crazy housing market, because there are places that are completely unaffected by, as far as like the big housing bubbles and crashes. But I think most, if not everywhere, is affected. If you're having to take out any kind of loan, the interest rates are just kind of high right now. And if not kind of high, really high. So if you're needing to do some sort of loan, that's where things could get complicated just because the interest rates and, how different housing markets and crashes and stuff. So you might be waiting the storm of housing and paying way more than you want to. That could be the kind of missing link here or determining factor. What else? Yeah, we have temperance here, which is about finding balance. And I love the kitty cats. I don't know, you might even be adding a new cat to your household for some reason. It's very interesting. This is wishy-washy and I don't get a clear passage yet. And I think a lot of times when that's the case, it's just because that, there's no like fated or destined have to be here kind of energy until there is. And a lot of times when we're kind of, cruising and hopping timelines, things can feel like, even if you do the same reading on the same, I love cats, but we're at the max. It could just be like the place you purchase just has like some barn cats or something like that. It could be like just outdoor mouse or cats, something like that. Or cats that are in the neighborhood that are very friendly if you're not looking to actually bring in another cat. I don't know how many cats you have, but there are 3 cats here. So I don't know if the number 3 is significant at all. If you have 1 cat and there's 2 barn cats or whatever it is. We do have a cat. I would not doubt it will bring another. Yeah, it could be something like that. but you're feeling pretty balanced. Even if your future feels unsure or up in the air, it's almost like you're just writing it. You're just like, sounds good. Like, let's just see what happens. This might be up in the air, but I don't feel anxious about it. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting, especially with this King of Air. Feeling very in control of your mental capacity and just not allowing the emotions to completely take you on a roller coaster ride. So even if things are still up in the air come fall, mid fall, going into winter, and you're just unsure of where you're going to end up ultimately, you feel pretty good mentally about it. Like, I have faith that things are working out. Like, that's the vibe you're bringing here. Yeah, attracting strays for sure. I feel the need to go to this other tarot deck because I just want to get as solid of an answer as we can on this current timeline. And of course, if you switch timelines, this could change. So keep that in mind. But at least on this current timeline, is there any possibility for Taryn to be able to buy this next property or home by the end of this fall season, 2023? Ooh, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so there's this element of healing or overcoming some sort of like grief process or like heartbreak energy. And it even could be that a place you thought you were going to get fell through, or someone bought it before you got to it, or something like that. It doesn't feel like a major heartbreak, but just again, you're feeling very good mentally about, okay, it just must not have been meant for us. There's something out there for us. I know it. And just really being, like very even keeled. Even if, you of right now is already kind of stressing and worrying about it, by the time you get to that time frame, it feels so even keeled to me, especially with that, temperance energy, very balanced, not too emotional, but not too mental, just very in the middle, very go with the flow kind of energy. And that really is being in the flow of what you know is meant for you is really going to help. Maybe I should wait. It should be easier. Yeah. And if things, it's like you're putting forth all this effort, doing this research, boots on the ground, looking at all these places and nothing's happening. It could just be, again, that the timing's just off. The timing's not quite right. But again, ultimately, the resolution of you moving and buying a place, you're going to feel like a dream come true. So whether that's next week, 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 10 months from now, or a year from now, or longer, we never know. You're going to feel like, okay, I know why it took this time or that time, because this place wasn't available when we wanted it to be, and now I get it. And there's a lot of hindsight being 2020 things we can look back on our lives and be like, thank God that, the thing I was trying to push forward didn't happen, because then this wouldn't have happened or that wouldn't have happened. Or, I can even look back on my, my last relationship before my husband. God, I can't even talk. This cutie is distracted. He's on his back with his leg like this. He looks so cute. The relationship I had before I was with my husband was my other really only true, like, I guess, serious relationship that I've ever had. I've not really dated many people is what I'm trying to say. But even that, we got an ad coming. If you're taken away, I apologize. You might miss some of my story. But I even see that relationship. I may not have ended up in this town to meet my now husband if that relationship hadn't happened. And yes, it was a relationship from hell, not a relationship I would wish on anybody. But again, it brought me to places I wasn't probably going to go otherwise. So I look at it as a blessing in disguise, even though it felt like such a curse at the time. But let's just see if waiting is the best option here. We'll flip our coin again. We got a big yes that time. So I think waiting. Not to say, though, that you kind of doing the market research, digging around, investigating, still making moves as far as knowing what's available, knowing the prices, knowing what's out there. I think you're on the right move or on the right mark with all of that. It's just about being able to pull the trigger on actually purchasing something that might be what you're waiting on. But yeah, yes is your best bet as far as waiting to make the purchase. Because I think even if you are, here's the deal, even if you are getting the place you wanted, if you wait, 5 months later than you wanted to, or 10 months later, or whatever, you're going to get it at a lot better price. The pricing, or even if it's just the interest rates coming down, or whatever, however it is you're paying for this place, whether it's a loan or you already have the money saved and socked away, and because I see you being able to get more for less money at a later date than you're thinking, which would be the fall. So going into anywhere beyond fall of this year, you're going to get a better price, and probably end up in a better area, a better home, a better place. That's what's coming forward. I just want to get one more. And then I think Michelle Lynn was our next donation. After that, yes, for her one card read and then get to Lecca Ray. So we have space for either 2 more one card reads or 1 more full read. They are going fast. All right. Anything else Taryn needs to know about making this purchase? Ooh, we have transformation. Be open to change. Be open to changing what you see this as in your mind right now, or what you're thinking this is going to look like, as far as, okay, point A leads to point B, leads to option C, leads to... It feels to me like things are a bit out of order, but in a good way. Yeah, something that it's almost like you're trying to settle with the money you've got now, or, the loan that you could take out if you're doing a loan, with the interest rates being sky high. It's almost like you would have to settle for something less if you jump on it this fall or earlier. But if you wait till after fall, going into like winter or even into 2024, you're going to get much better outcome. That wish fulfillment is here. The ultimate outcome of this is wish fulfillment. So again, just having to wait a little longer, taking a bit of a time out or a step back from actually making that purchase. But we have the number 34. So that number might be relevant in, the price of what you're paying or something like that. But 3 + 4 also equals 7, which is about that, very spiritual number, going within, learning a lot about yourself, and realizing maybe certain things you thought you needed to have on this property or this home are not really what you want anymore. And now you're wanting more something like this or like that, you're just changing your mind, but feeling very even keeled about the changes that you're making in your mind, and feeling very mentally good about the decisions, the purchasing decisions you're making. You're feeling really good about it. And I think if you were to try to, and it is exactly what's scaring me, if you were to try to do it now, you would feel very mentally unsure that you made the right choice, and then really be regretting it. The place might have a lot of issues that you didn't realize, even if you do get some sort of, what they call like an inspection. The inspection might uncover a lot of issues, and that might be why you end up not purchasing something, because it's just got too many issues, or it's too much of a fixer-upper or whatever. Oh, you gave me the number 18 last week and something major came up. You nailed it. So now I'm looking at 34. Yay! Yep. I never know what's coming out. They just come out, and that's that. So yeah, it's almost like you're hanging on for dear life, energetically speaking. Like the human aspect of you is like, I just want to buy a place and get settled and just make this happen. But the more spirit-led part of you is like, just you wait. There's something so much better than what you see available right now. You just wait. Of course, that being said, circling back to what I said, I would still keep an ear to the ground for what's going on in the market, or if something new pops up, because you just never know that maybe something does catch your eye, but it's priced too high, or maybe someone comes and purchases it, but then they realize, oh no, this isn't what I want. And then like 2-3 months down the road, they relist it or something. Like, you just never know. So, keep your finger on the pulse, or your ear to the ground of the area you're looking in, even if you're not ready to quite purchase, or, pay certain astronomical prices in some places. Some places are just way, way, way too overpriced right now. And then with those interest rates, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I wished I could say, yes, everything is coming up roses for you by the fall. But again, I see everything coming up roses, but it just might not be in the more, Terran human timeline of things. But the Terran spirit timeline of things are shaping up to be great. So yes. I want roses. I love roses. I will deal with the thorns to get the roses. They smell so lovely, especially wild roses. I love the smell of wild roses. My childhood, growing up there were these trails at the end of my road. It was probably a 10-acre plot of just like woods and trails, and oh my gosh, there were so many little critters and wildflowers, and they had these wild roses that I would just, I was obsessed. I would just sit there next to this little creek that would run through and smell the wildflowers, and especially the roses, like for hours. Like I could spend hours sitting next to it. Oh, So fun. Take me back to the childhood. Certain aspects, absolutely not. But that part, take me back. The outdoor connection, just being outdoors, my connection to nature and animals. Take me back. I just got chills too. Maybe you're doing some inner child work to lead you to your ultimate place. And it might even be a place, you're talking about my childhood and the roses, maybe a plant or a location or a critter that maybe roams around that reminds you of your childhood is going to be kind of a driving force to where you ultimately end up. Or maybe it's a sign or synchronicity you keep getting when you tune into the energy of this place you're going to end up. So yeah, your patience will definitely pay off. That is like the underlying theme or energy of your reading here is it might not happen in your human timing, but in divine timing, you're definitely going to be excited about the results. So yes. All right, big hugs. Wishing you nothing but the best for your wish fulfillment property. I'm still waiting on my wish fulfillment property, but around here with the pandemic going on and the after effects, everything is literally 4 times, like if you're property wise, home wise, the homes are priced at least double of what they were before the pandemic, and they're not budging on price, even though those interest rates keep going up. No one's buying right now, so it's like a stalemate. We are about to burst where I'm currently living in Missoula, Montana. We didn't really see a big burst in the last housing crash in 06 to 2010, kind of that time frame. And we bought this place at the peak of its highest point, and it probably lost about 25,000 of its value. But we've been here so long, we've gained that back and then a lot. Because yeah, I wouldn't even know what this thing was priced now, but it'd be double what we paid. Insane. It's insane to me. Insane. All right, Michelle Lynn, you got a 1-card read, and we got Get to Like a Ray coming up with a full read. So we've got space for 2 more kind of 1-card reads and space for either or 1 full read. First one to donate will claim it if we do. You're so welcome. All right, Michelle Lynn says, before she says, let me get a drink. So her car is on its last leg. Dealerships are too expensive. I need a new one ASAP. And can my guides give me guidance on this situation? We'd like a car in June. And I remember you said June before for me. Yes. Okay, let's tune in. Yeah, a lot of times when you go through a private seller, you can, if it's someone you know, or you're willing to kind of negotiate on, like if you had your heart set on, say, a Subaru. I don't know any specific, I know a Subaru Outback. Is that still a thing? Pretend for S and giggles, you had your heart set on a Subaru Outback, but you found a really great deal on a Honda Civic. So maybe instead of getting the car you wanted, you're getting a reliable car, but it's a different make and model than what you were hoping, but you're going to get a car. Like that's the vibe I'm getting, is you're going to kind of have to, it's very similar to what Dr. Lupo had going on, of kind of having, I don't see that you have to wait necessarily like he has to. It's just more changing the priority of, oh, I want this kind of car, but now I might have to get that one. Oh, that's so funny. It's so funny when the examples that come to me are actually accurate. That's exactly, okay, that's hilarious. It's weird because Subaru, when I said Outback, I'm like, that's not the right car, but Subaru felt right to me, and then switching to a Honda. I don't know if it's a Civic or an Accord, or I don't know any of the other Hondas right now. I've been a Ford girl for a while, but that's weird. I don't even know what the 4-door Ford cars are called these days. I have a Ford Explorer, and that's all I know about cars now. Ford Explorer, Ford Expedition, and any kind of mid-size, Yukons. Well, I guess that's more of a bigger SUV. All those. I know what some of those are, but yeah. Anyway, let's tune in. What the cards have to say about Michelle. Maybe changing or shifting what kind of car she's going to get to be able to get it this month. Is she going to be able to get it? Well, sorry, June. I'm already in June, mentally speaking. It's June on the other side of the world. Let's put it that way. June 1st over there. What does Michelle Lynn need to know about getting a car in June? Potentials, possibilities. Okay, so we have the Queen of Earth. This is the entrepreneurial queen. She can be frugal. She can make the purchase. She's really good with money and getting a good deal. That might be a thing, and I know it sounds very sexist or stereotypical that men tend to get a better deal on a car because a lot of times women can, no pun intended, be taken for a ride because especially if you're going through a dealership, sometimes they just think, oh, women don't know anything about cars. They like the color and the interior, and they'll buy it for whatever price. Um, so men have a better, usually have a better chance. Again, I'm not trying to be sexist or stereotypical. It's like a fact in the like car dealership world. I don't know so much about a private seller if you're going to go that route. But yeah, usually if you take a man with you, I know it sounds so like, can't we just move beyond this? We're in the year 2023. Yeah, taking a guy with you to look at the car and haggle with price could help. And especially if you're dealing with a male seller, definitely gonna help. We have the Nine of Fire, so I can definitely see there's a lot of anxiety surrounding this purchase, and it's more of I need to get something before this one completely peters out on me. I never can, I'm walking, I'm hoofing it to work, and I'm hoofing it back home. So I can see the level of anxiety and stress that the situation has brought for you for sure. Let's see. I love though the support of the Queen of Pentacles coming out to support that anxiety and stress. That means there's a possible purchase going to happen. I would love to see a King of Pentacles show up or even a Nine of Pentacles show up to guarantee that this would be happening this month. But I think as long as you're putting your feelers out there, doing your due diligence with, contacting certain dealerships and asking kind of the price with the price range or budget you have, what they have available, you're going to have a much better bet in getting and actually purchasing, making that purchase this month than if you're just waiting for that car to find you, if that makes sense. Would a thing like a Facebook Market be a better bet, private seller rather than a dealer? Yeah, let's see. Let's see if a private seller is Michelle's best bet. Okay, we have yes. Yeah. And I know sometimes the loans, I don't know, because the one time that we did buy from a private seller, we just paid cash for our older Explorer. It was only like $6,000. We're just like, oh yeah, we have it. Let's go. So we just paid cash for that. So I don't know if you're going through a private seller, if you can still take out an auto loan or if it has to be like a personal loan or how that works. That's why I think a lot of people like to go through a dealership is they just kind of take the hassle out of having to shop for a loan. But as far as you getting a good price and feeling like a car that's a good fit, I think a private seller wouldn't be a bad option for you for sure. It just might be that there's the added stress of you having to secure your own loan and figure all of that banking stuff out. But if you did have a significant chunk of that money saved, it might be a lot less stressful to just go through a private seller. All right, let's just see anything else Michelle needs to know about getting that car this month. Well, this month, meaning June. Spirit knows what I'm trying to say. But this month, June. Okay. Woo. Okay. So we have justice. So there's balance coming in. So you're not going to feel like your car's going to drop dead at any moment. And look at that. I love to see it. Even better than the Nine of Pentacles I was hoping for. We got the 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, there's a security, longevity. So to me, this does feel like you being able to purchase a car that is going to last you a long time. This is getting a reliable vehicle for a good price. As long as you're doing your shopping around and doing your research, you should be good. Let's just see if Honda is the way to go. It's very interesting. Right as I read Honda, I heard Kia. So I don't know if you've looked at Kias. So Honda, we got no. And that might be kind of going back to the examples. You think now, well, initially you thought, okay, Subaru, now you're switching to Honda. And now you're thinking Honda. So now it might be Kia. I would just say, look at them all. Look at them all. Compare price, reliability, mileage, all the things that matter. And yeah. So I would say you're probably not going to get a Honda. It doesn't mean necessarily that you absolutely not, but I'd say it's more likely you get a Kia, possibly Subaru. Maybe you're going back to Subaru. I don't know. Again, I just don't see that it's completely set in stone yet. So sorry, it's all over the place, but as long as you're getting it out there and figuring it out, I see you being able to get a car this month of June. Not May, because May is over for most of us. May is pretty much over. All said and done. That's all she wrote on May. What, 12 to 14 hours, at least from where I'm at. I think 12 hours from where you're at. May is over. So yeah, we're looking into June now. As long as you are, securing your loan, getting your financing figured out, and then starting to look and contact people, I see you will be able to get it this month of June. But if you're kind of like, oh, I'll do it later, and the financing doesn't quite happen, and you're busy, so you don't really look for cars, it might be later than June. So the more effort and boots to the ground you're willing to put toward this endeavor, the more likely you will get this car in June. Okay. Hope that answered it for you. All right. Wonderful. Get to Leka Ray, you are next, my dear. You're so welcome, Michelle Lynn. Thanks again for your lovely donation. And it looks like this is most likely going to be our last donation here for the day, unless we get another one before I have to go after Get to Leka's reading. So I think I have become a different version of my old self due to some introspection and healing done in the recent past. How I've been seen by others now, and how will these changes benefit me in my life? So how is she being seen by others, and how will these benefits? Let's just ask first how you'll be seen by others as a result of this change, this shift you've been through. How you'll be seen by others now. Okay. Ooh, we have the Four of Earth, Four of Pentacles. You're someone who's very practical. You don't spend more money than you need to. You save a lot of money. That's how people see you, as very responsible with money, responsible even with your job title, your career, even as a member in the family. You're very mature, very, you're someone people look up to. Someone who's going to plan for or save for a rainy day, or have plans for long term. You're not just living for the moment, throwing your money around because it feels good in the moment. You're someone who's saving and planning for a secure future, not just for you, but for other people in your family as well. You're a role model. That's what people see here, which is beautiful. It's very lovely. So now let's see how these changes you've made recently will benefit you. All right, this one and this one. Okay. So we have here the Knight of Fire and the Sun. That's a lot of wonderful Leo type of energy here. So the Knight of Fire, you're going to be able to finally move forward on some things, some dreams, some hopes, some aspirations that you've had for a very long time. The Sun is such a happy card. This could even be some healing from childhood wounds, or when you were younger, kind of in your early 20s, like teens to 20s, and even into childhood. Healing a lot from that, growing or learning a lot from the things you had been through during those times in your life. Because there's progression from childhood into kind of early adulthood here with this energy, but also bringing or allowing those aspects of you to come to the surface and have some fun, or bring some more fun and vivaciousness into your life, just to feel really happy-go-lucky, and not like life has to just be about scrimping and saving and planning for the future, but also having a bit of fun, being in the moment as well. So it's about finding the balance between all of what we've talked about, how people see you, and what's actually going on for you behind the scenes with all that healing that you've done. But you might get some really good new ideas coming in that you're going to be able to take some action on. And they feel very inspired, like spirit-led, very inspired by spirit. And then these two are coming out as well. So how are these going to benefit Gitaleka? And then King of Fire and Queen of Earth. Yes. There's more balance with the divine feminine and divine masculine in your own energy field. So this is a union of your own divine masculine and divine feminine, especially in a very emotional and physical way. So healing your emotions from the past, balancing those emotions out. The King of Water, King of Cups here is very emotionally balanced. So just really moving and navigating the waters of your past to feel really good about where you are in the present and going into the future. And then with the Queen of Earth or Queen of Pentacles, again, this is about all that hard work you've put in paying off in a major way, possibly becoming an entrepreneur, or maybe even like an independent contractor where you can set your own hours, take on your own clients, if that's something you feel so inclined to do. If you're rather just continue to work corporate, which is awesome too, This is just you really being in charge and in control of your financial future and feeling really good about the stability and security that you've created in your life. Um, Also, just that nurturing energy of the Queen of Earth, that's kind of that lower octave of the Empress energy. Also, being able to manifest a life that you love. So, the changes and shifts that you've been through recently are going to benefit you in a lot of ways. You're just going to feel more content, even in just the more mundane or kind of day to day things that go on in life. You're going to feel much more content about where you're at. Always wanted to own a business, not sure if I can do that in life. Um, Anything is possible. You're very intelligent. I can always sense that about you. You're very intelligent, not just, intellectually intelligent, but also very emotionally intelligent. And that combination would make for an amazing entrepreneur, to be able to own your own business, or even if you're still doing what you do now, but more as an independent contractor where other companies will hire you on for certain projects for a certain amount of time, or maybe you're doing routine, I don't know, maintenance on something if you're in that form of IT. I know there's lots of different divisions and branches of IT that they're not all the same. They're not all, doing one thing. So yeah, Knight of Air, being able to really open lines of communication, possibly with your career, or finding the right types of clients if that is something you want to do, is have your own business. Even if you're completely shifting gears and getting out of IT, or continuing to be in corporate IT, but on the side you have some sort of entrepreneurial business or endeavor that's kind of more of a part-time gig, that really you're more doing it just for the joy of doing it than to make money, but you will be able to make more money that way because more money is coming in. And eventually, if money comes in and comes in and comes in, you might be able to leave that more 9 to 5 or corporate environment to just go full time with your business that you would have. It feels really good and supportive. Whatever it is you're creating here, there's a lot of stability and longevity with it. Let's see, anything else Getaleka needs to know as a result of these changes she's made. It's like we got an ad coming in 30 seconds. We have Magical Moon with Illumination, Awakening, and Discovery. Luminous light in the dark. Take me on a journey to reveal my truth. So I think that's what you've recently been through, and I think you're just, this is such a beautiful card. I love it. It's very funny, too, because this is like a spirit animal deck. We got the mystical moose here, or majestic moose. Bravery, grit, and durability. So I think that really does go alongside with what you're trying to create, whether it's a business or just a life you love, whatever it is. We have an ad coming, so we'll take just a short break. Get a quick drink of water. Okay. So, yeah, this is you being able to create a life you love, having that courage, being brave. Grit is all about, sticking to something, even when it gets tough, even when it gets hard, even if things aren't working out the way you want, but you stick to it and you keep showing up and doing the thing. It's going to be very powerful for you to continue on this journey of, just self-discovery and really discovering your own inner strength as you just create a life you love, whether that's a business or, just your personal life and having your career as well, your relationships with your friends, your family, your coworkers, just everybody, your birds, just really creating a life you love. You've really set the stage for yourself to be able to do this long term, because of this recent healing journey you've been on. All right, I feel like we need one more. We'll go to the soul trees. Little Arthur's getting comfortable in this crate here. And when we're done with your reading, Getaleka, I'll show everybody Arthur one more time. All right, anything else we need to know for Getaleka on this recent changes she's made? This healing that's been going on. Ooh, we got self-care. So just continuing to do the healing. Any healing that comes to the surface and just allowing that to take place is really going to benefit you. And one of the best things you can do is just continue to really take care of yourself. And not just like your physical body and your mental health and emotional health and all that, but doing things you enjoy. Bringing some of that childlike energy into your day-to-day reality can really help you have that longevity, not just with your, years spent on Earth, but just even in each day, you're just having more energy to show up for yourself and take really good care of yourself as you navigate life. So that's really a powerful message as well. All right, so I hope that resonated, Getaleka. Thanks again for your donation, and congratulations on your recent level up. That's amazing. I just heard you're going to keep it going. You're going to keep leveling up and leveling up. And you're just going to continue and continue and continue to inspire people in your life because you already are such an inspiration to so many people. Whether they say it or, express that to you or not, they think it. They really do. So if you haven't heard from anyone in your life that they're proud of you, that they look up to you, that they really respect you, just know that so many people do. So, and I do as well. I can totally just send you all the love and respect. You really do deserve it. So big hugs to you, Get to Lucky. You're amazing. You're amazing. Keep going on your amazing journey to, reaching your spirit. All right. So, little Mr. Arthur. Arthur, you want to get up? He's sleeping. He's a tired puppy. You want out? Come here, bud. All right. We'll get him out. Oh, you are a sweetheart as well. I love you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Come here, Arthur. You want out? Come on. Come on, puppy. He's just so comfortable. He's like, oh, yawn, and just lay back down. Come on. You want out? Come on. Come on. Come on, puppy. Let's stand up. Now he thinks, okay, it's time to come out. Come here, sweet guy. Oh, he's a puppy. He's a puppy. All right. Oh, stretch it out. Yeah, stretch it out. There we go. Say hello. Is that you right there? That's you. Look right there. That's you, bud. He's so fun. There we go. You're messing up my cards again. He's so tired. Kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to see him. He just blends in with the auto light of my webcam. Look at you. Look at you. You're so cute. Everybody wants to see how cute you are. He's a good boy. He's a cuddle. He's a cuddle baby. Oh, he's tired. He's tired. I love his little paws. I think I mentioned this earlier in the live stream, but for those of you that missed that part, he's going to be a lot smaller than our dog Walter was. Walter at his kind of peak was 100 pounds. This little guy right now is about 17 pounds, and they say at 4 months old, hi, yes, you're sweet. They say at 4 months old, they're about half the size they're going to be as a full grown. At least when they listed him on the website, he was almost 17 pounds. So he might be closer to 20 or more pounds now. I should go weigh him and see. But he'll probably be even smaller than my dog Judy was. And she was I guess what you'd consider like a medium-sized dog. So he may be on the small end of the medium size. But he might surprise us and become bigger. I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I'm kind of thinking about doing one of those doggy DNA tests. Yeah, you're sweet. Because I just want to know. I want to know what all he is, just for fun. Just to see what you are. Even though we know we love you. Aww. But they told us that his mom was a pit bull and a black lab mix, and his dad was, they're kind of unsure, but they were saying border collie and German shepherd and other types of shepherd, kind of mutt. So he's kind of a mix of a lot of different breeds. But he is so sweet and cuddly. Playful. He's just so tired right now. Yeah. And he's already learned a few tricks. Well, not so much tricks, but just commands like sit and down and things like that. We're working on leave it because he likes to pick up a lot of sticks and rocks and stuff he shouldn't be chomping on. He's so tired. But he's the best boy in the crate. He's not an anxious dog like Walter was. Thank the Lord. Yeah, Walter, God love that dog, but he had anxiety issues like crazy. And this guy, if he hears a dog or sees a dog, he kind of loses his crap. Not literally, but barks a lot. But we can work on. That's something we can work with. He's not just barking to bark or barking at entities, but he does see something in the same places Walter would look and observe. He's looking at the same places. So I know I got more gritting and work to do around here as far as the entities. But the one entity I'm feeling in kind of when you first walk in my door, I don't get a negative presence or kind of energy from it. It's more of a neutral to curious It's kind of present energy. Yeah, you're sweet. You're sweet. He's a good boy. He's so tired. He's like half asleep here, just in my arms. He's a good boy, yes you are. Do you want to go out and pee? Get some breakfast. He still hasn't eaten his breakfast, even though I offered it to him like 3 times. He was more interested in playing with the kids. No tongue. No tongue. No. Yeah, well, we're gonna say goodbye, I think. Yeah, we're gonna let him go run around. It was raining before we came up here earlier, so I'm sure the ground is wet. He loves the water. Walter hated the water. So yeah, he's definitely his own personality, that's for sure. Yes, you are. You say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Say thanks again for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. Yeah, he's fun, but his nails are so like short and soft, like he just doesn't even scratch. We just got to keep up with his nails, kind of train him to not mind the nails, or not mind the nail clipping, I should say. Big yawn, yeah, and he's still got all those little baby puppy teeth, so he's gonna be teething for at least the next probably 2 months or so, or more, maybe, who knows. But yeah, he's a good boy. He's ready. Yeah, he's ready to go play. Bye-bye. Say thanks again, and we will see you Friday, because he's so well behaved, and I don't think I have anything going on Friday, hopefully, but I'm gonna end this. We got to get him out. We're trying to potty train him, and I don't want to train him to go in the house. So this is where I'll leave you. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.